Zack, da bin ich wieder und herzlich willkommen zurück auf meinem Channel. Seit rund 6 Monaten sind wir jetzt unterwegs und ich habe gedacht, für dieses Video mache ich etwas Spezielles. Denn das Schöne am Vanlife ist, unterwegs lernt man so viele geniale Leute kennen und ich habe ihnen ein paar Fragen gestellt.
My name is Sven and I live in a van.
Ja sam Anis Bukvić I držim restoran sa babom u Bosni.
Ja se zovem Bukvić Nijaz, a poznatiji sam kao Pelka.
My name is Mariska and I am living in my van for at least a year now.
Yo soy Silvia, soy argentina y jubilada. Mi vida en Argentina fue siempre muy libre, me mudé a Alemania, bueno, y después vino la vida burguesa, porque uno piensa que tiene que vivir como esperan todos.
And then Monday I came home from the office, almost cried that I was there again, like feel so sad. Why am I doing this work life? I work hard to pay my house, to pay my groceries. Why do I work so hard?
Sad sam u penziji, jedno 10 godina I ovdje radim, kažu neki riblji restoran I drago mi je što su tako ljudi to cijene I vole I što dolaze. Najmi je draže kad su zadovoljni ljudi odu odavde.
I always like nature more, and then when you study, you're in a student house, which is really nice, but you're most of the time inside. And then I started working, and then I thought, okay, well, if I want to have a normal house, it's really expensive also. So we rented an apartment, Sven and I, but it's a lot of money you have to pay for it. And then we thought, why do we pay so much money and stay inside? Especially in winter, you live mostly inside. We don't have a lot of parks around.
Bien, después del divorcio, regreso a Argentina, bla, 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 mucho idas y venidas. Y ahora con mi jubilación volví a Alemania, estoy con mis nietos, pero mi hijo me armó una pequeña caravana con la que estoy viajando.
And then we thought, okay, let's build a van, let's travel more kite surfing, more surfing.
And when I was younger, I traveled with my parents a lot in a van. So when I was 11, they shipped me to New Zealand. It was my first flight ever. And then we lived in a van for 3 weeks there, vacation, and then to all the other places. And I don't know, I just grew up with it and I really liked it and being outdoor. And yeah, so I thought, okay, how can I do this by myself?
And then in October 2022, we were on a van life festival and we spoke with some people who are actually van lifers. So they lived in a van, worked in a van and traveled the whole Europe country. And they explained us how they did it with money-wise. Some had even children and traveled. And this gave us so much inspiration to say, oh whoa, it's possible. Why don't we do it? On Sunday, we said, yeah, we have to go home. And then Daan said, still a good friend now, why do you have to go home? We stayed till tomorrow, right? Yeah, no, tomorrow we have to go to the boss, we have to work again, to the office. And I think that was the trigger point, because we were back home on Sunday and almost a little bit depressed that we have to go home.
¿Por qué hago estos viajes? Porque la libertad, recupero mi libertad que tenía en la juventud, de ser libre, de moverme a donde quería, no tener responsabilidades con nadie.
And then Monday I came home from the office, almost cried that I was there again, like feel so sad. Why am I doing this work life? I work hard to pay my house, to pay my groceries. Why do I work so hard? Because I don't love it. The work was fun, but it was not my passion. And I think in that moment we said, okay, we're gonna make this work.
And it worked out, till now.
Und natürlich die Frage, die ich am liebsten stelle. Was ist Glück für dich? What is happiness for you?
What is happiness for me?
Es una pregunta muy, muy profunda.
I kad se javljaju, pišu, pozdravljaju I vraćaju se opet na ovo mjesto. To je za me jedna velika sreća. Zdravlje je najveća sreća. A drugo je kad upoznaš fine ljude, a onda brzo odu. to je problem. I ovako ja i sin malo raduškam, radimo. Volimo ljude, volimo sve, volimo što normalni svijet voli, što radi. Dokle ćemo ovako, ne znam.
I think in essence happiness is being connected and to people and feel love. I think this is for me the essence of being happy and happiness.
Sreća je kad sam tu okupljen sa svim prijateljima iz raznih država koji dolaze, koji žele spavati ovdje, kada svi zajedno navečer sjedimo, roštiljamo, pričamo. To je za mene sreća i kad smo svi zdravi.
¿Qué diría? Mi felicidad en el momento es aquí, la naturaleza, escuchar el agua, despertarme a la mañana, tomar el mate, tranquilita, después encontrarme con amigos, porque yo realmente puedo llamar a esta gente amigos porque es una cosa muy intensa. Pasás todo el día, tenés los mismos intereses, compartís vidas pasadas, experiencias y llega profundo al corazón. Y eso satisface y da felicidad.
And of course there's so much to relate to that. The people you meet on your travel, like how we met, two different people. We met, become close, become friends.
The silence or the calm of being in nature and just really enjoying the moment and all the sounds around you and everything that's around you, and just breathe it in and realizing that this is a place where you can be and that you have the opportunity to be there, the freedom to be there, and realizing that moment and all the beauty of nature around you, that's happiness for me, I think.
No son los pequeños momentos que yo agradezco, que todavía con mi salud puedo hacer todo, con sus problemitas, pero bueno, la mente va a tener que aceptar eso.
And I also really like it if that happiness you can share with someone else and then have the same experience together, and you can still think about it later together. That's also really nice to share, I think.
Ja bih želio mlađom generaciji da se više okrenu sami sebi nego da slušaju ono što ne valja i da radi ono što ne valja. Jer najbitnije je raditi i svoga rada živjeti.
Život je kratak, zato uživaj u svakom trenutku.
If you think you want to do something, just do it. Maybe it's not fun, but don't tell yourself it's not possible. I think this is the essence. Think in possibilities and quit thinking in non-possibilities, because the non-possibilities, they're non-possible, so don't think of it. You're never going to do it. Always think in possibilities.
Don't be afraid to do what you want to do. Just try it. If it doesn't work, there will always be another way to go around it or make it another direction if you still want to do it. And just enjoy life and all the people you meet and all the beautiful things around you. It's really what I would say.
Es ist wirklich eine sehr, sehr schwierige Frage. Und ich glaube, Glück für mich ist genau das, was wir jetzt hier die letzten Wochen hatten. An einen schönen Ort kommen, Leute kennenlernen, die eine interessante Geschichte haben und das können teilen, was einem im Leben so gefällt. Und jeden Morgen aufstehen, ohne ein Ziel müssen haben, ohne einen Plan haben und einfach jeden Tag das machen, was man gerne macht. Das ist für mich Glück.
Also, like, looking so tired.
Glück für heute.
Wenn dir das Video jetzt gefallen hat, dann gib mir doch einen Daumen hoch, vergiss nicht zu abonnieren und es würde mich mega freuen, wenn du das Video teilen würdest. Und es gibt noch etwas zu feiern. Seit kurzem haben wir eine Community von 5000 Leuten hier auf YouTube. 5000 Abonnenten. Im letzten Monat sind 200 Leute dazugekommen und das ist einfach genial. Danke an alle. Dann würde ich sagen, bis zum nächsten Mal. Ciao zusammen. Dobro.